Hi friends, welcome to Crafts and Collage. I'm Janet, and thank you for joining me. I wanted to talk about something in particular today. I wanted to talk about this. So this is just a plain Martha Stewart Good Things magazine. I think it was one, she used to bring two out a year that are like this 1997, according to the flyleaf, the publisher's date. There it is, 1997. And she used to put out these magazines twice a year, I think, or 4 times a year. There was a collection of all the best things that she put together in her magazine, Good Things, through the year. And this was heavy, not a huge amount of pictures that I would use, although some of them I've taken about maybe a sixth of the book out, just to allow for some gluing in. But anyway, it was just her on the cover with some pretty folded towels or something. So of course I did the standard Janet changed the cover thing, and this is what I ended up with. And I really liked the way the cover turned out. But what I wanted to try in this book, okay, I'm going to try and explain this without sounding delulu. Okay, this is like heavier paper. It's not quite the calendar paper, but it isn't just glossy magazine paper. It's heavier than that. It's more like the covers of some glossy magazine papers. So, what I thought maybe I would use this magazine for is, see this giant folder here? Giant folder. These are all one-pagers, what I call one-pagers, and this is not the only folder I have. I have one called Special One-Pagers. I think I've actually shown you, where it's a page where it's like, so there's like one from Wizard of Oz, one that looks like the Lady of the Lake from a dress ad of some sort. These one-page ads that you run across that make really beautiful pages, you know. So sometimes you really don't know what to do with some of them. Now, the one marked, the file folder marked special, I leave that for my big, you've seen my giant atlas book that I use for ones I really want to, you know, special in. See, but I was going through this, and I even like the words Good Things. I really like those words. I've always liked those words. I would, of course, put something over the best of Martha Stewart living, etc. But I love this part of the page. So my obsessive self is probably going to do something with this page, but I don't know what yet. But my feeling for this book was there are lots of pages in it, and you'll see what I mean, where there's no images at all. Or there's, see this one, I wouldn't keep any of these images, to be honest with you. That kind of thing. So there's lots of collage space in this book. A ton of it. But there are also some really beautiful, already here, single pagers, like only Martha Stewart can do, right? Isn't that the funniest friendship, her and Snoop Dogg? I mean, if someone had ever asked me what two people you'd put together as best buds, like, no. But there's some beautiful full-page images in her books, magazines, all those things. And those you can find at a lot of the secondhand shops, because people don't hang on to them. They don't keep them. See, this one, I would absolutely use this and do a Halloween spread, which I'll do on this page, a fall or Halloween spread. But I'm not going to use the whole page. Like, I would collage around these cookies for another Halloween spread. I would leave these cookies and, of course, do something with this page. Now, where these one-pagers come in is things like this. I mean, I love this picture. It, of course, came out of the Victoria magazine. You can tell by the boots. But I love it as a picture. I don't want to cut it apart. You've seen me cut apart lots of one-page pictures to do something else with them because I like it. I'll take a strip out of them or a portion of them. I do that lots. But they're like, I'll take just the glass out of this because it's gorgeous with the black background. It's beautiful. This is a nice almost one-pager. Again, this part, and put some kind of interesting fun thing over the bottle label, but this is all artwork, and if maybe you can't see it too clearly, but that's a painting, not a photograph. Now the bottle and glass are, I believe, a photograph. It's sitting in front of a painting or something, but there are lots and lots of one-page things that I'll pull from a I love that. I'll pull from a magazine where I absolutely love them to leave them as one page, like this. That's a beautiful picture. Oh my goodness. I love the way the gauzy, shears are outside and stuff. I just love that. And this one, I got a bunch from Canada Geographic too. Beautiful location one-pagers. Beautiful. So, I don't know if you save your one-pagers or not. Look at that. Now, I would cross my own. This was like from a 1995 book. So I would definitely use this baby's picture because they're all grown up and yeah. But these one-page photos that you can get out of magazines, they make spectacular one-page things. So I think what I'm going to try and do is use some of the space in this book as like a place to use some one-pagers that I can just keep and look at because I think they're beautiful. Like I said, I'm still going to separate off the special ones, the special ones. Wait a minute, I'll show you what I mean. I think I showed you not too long ago. But these are some of the larger pages that come under special. See, there's that set there. And then we have, of course, the paintings. I love this hat one. And these are all something I'm going to put in a Victoriana thing to sell in my shop. So those kinds of things are going to go into some folios that some folders I'm going to do. But this isn't the Victorian one. There's like an Alice in Wonderland picture, a bridal picture. You'd know what I mean if I can get to them. You were gonna laugh. Yeah. Come on, let's bypass all this stuff. Let's go. Yeah, things like this that I don't want to cut up and use in an image, but I do love it, So anyway, there's one is a mime. I think you've seen the folder before. It just seems that I wanted to set it aside to maybe use for some, custom pieces or, some of the, because I sell different glue books, finished ones, and maybe leaving a page or two that someone wants left. But these single pagers, I'm going to find room in this book. Like, I love these, and it always comes, this is an ad from a magazine from Canada Geographic, and it always comes as a double spread like this. And so I really like it, just the way they've played with the image. So I'm going to end up storing it, I guess, or, giving it a forever home in this book because of the size of the pages, because of the quality of the paper, and because there's so many things in this magazine that I can leave behind that I think are kind of cool images. And I like that, where I don't feel like I have to cover every single page, which sometimes, it sounds funny, but sometimes it feels like a little bit of pressure. Like, one artist I was watching not too long ago on YouTube was talking about the idea of changing different journals and going from one to the other. So that's this was Martha Stewart on the front cover. And anyway, that's what I wanted to tell you about. So we'll go on and do a calendar page for our weekend glue book, because I'm late on that. I'm late for a very important date. What was I talking about? Oh, journals. Okay, so some people are seriously, it's very important to them, and I'm only using the word obsessed because I only use the word obsessed because some of us really are obsessed. Like, if I'm halfway through a journal, gosh, I could show you the glue books. That's why I begin so many or try so many things, is because I have a hard time. Like, you've seen me finish a number of magazine books. These keep me occupied, but sketchbooks and so on, and journals, like writing journals, I have a number of unfinished ones. I change in the middle of them. If I'm not jiving with one, I will change it. And for some people, that's not possible. It goes against whatever it is that they're, they can't handle that kind of incomplete, journaling and stuff. And I give them full credit for being able to finish books. That's really not me. I'm more as long as I'm in the mood, I'll journal in that journal. But my kids, if they decide to go through them instead of just burning them once I'm gone, which I've told my eldest would be the wisest choice for them, they're going to have to, because there's some of this date in this book and some of around the same date in another book. And yeah, I really haven't got a consistent journal because I change my mind about how I like them. So there's a few pages in here. Oh, that's nice. We could do a travel page. These are nice. These are nice. Okay, some of these came out of, see, I picked, like, these are what I would call, the specials file, because they're going to be for a particular type of mood for a glue book or collage, right? They present like a certain mood. Now this I like. I think we need to use this today. And I absolutely love this, but this is not the right page for it. I also love this, but I don't like the hat. Oh, now, see, this isn't so bad. Let's take a look at. Oh, I like that. Is that the right side up? Yes, it is. Okay, I do like that, I have to say. I do like the way that file folder door thing. Now, if we had the door open onto that, like cut right against the door, and had this beside it. Oh, that's kind of neat. I like that idea. Alright, well, let's begin with that. Begin with that. I don't know what I was talking about anyway, so I wanted to talk for a minute to those in my lovely those who are watching or those who will watch, with regard to some neurodivergent stuff for a minute. If you are, then just be patient with yourself with regard to what art supplies you use, what things you decide to bring into your experience. If you really don't like it, or it's a sensory issue, dump it. Walk away from it, unless it's some kind of art school project that you have to do. Be okay with letting go, and not necessarily having to finish something, which is very freeing, and you're allowed to give yourself that kind of freedom. I also wanted to tell you guys about something, and this is for everybody, but something I saw the other day. I'm not taking credit for it, but this woman was talking about the fact that we can be very scared, and our fears are usually based Now, I don't know if, non-divergent people will know what I mean by intrusive thoughts. Probably do, because I think everybody has them once in a while. But intrusive thoughts are a serious problem for people with like ADHD or autism, OCD as well. Intrusive thoughts usually start with like a what if premise. What if the house burnt down? Or what if I didn't unplug the kettle? Or what if I left the baby alone? Or what if, I didn't pay the rent on time? Or what if, a lot of what ifs just controlling our lives, right? So the other day I heard this woman talk on a video about, instead of thinking about what if, change that to even if, because you have survived 100% of your worst days. So even if something happens, even if you left the kettle plugged in, even if something went wrong, you still have a chance it's not cataclysmic, you know what I mean? Even if. And it kind of, my eldest daughter and I, it kind of changed our lives. That kind of sentencing can do that kind of thing for you, where you have a real serious aha moment. So I went, we both went yesterday. I had an old tattoo on my wrist, my left wrist, which was a pale sort of baby pink and baby blue Gemini symbol that I got with my first daughter, my youngest daughter, about 14 years ago now, quite a while ago. And it was fading and it was not looking as good as it could, but the colors were very watercolory, as they faded, right? It wasn't a stark color. But I do love the effect of tattoos done in a watercolor style, right? So we went yesterday. My daughter bought me a tattoo for my birthday last June. Like, she bought it for me now. And what I did was she had a dandelion, blowing in the wind, done on her wrist with the words, even if, ... put in there. Because now as she blows, the dandelion is blowing off of her hand. It's really cute. And my old tattoo turned out to be, I wanted a sunflower, a cornflower, and it's still got the wrap on it, and it turned out, and there's a little bit of dark, just liquid, it's going to, as soon as I wash it, it'll go away, but I wanted the sunflower from Van Gogh, and it ended up that the original tattoo ended up looking like a watercolor background for this, and I have even if. So it reminds us to not take everything as an, oh my God, what if? And because what if is very harsh, very final, very, now you've done it, So it softens it. Anyway, that's the story I wanted to tell. Back to your original program. I'm going to start doing the Victorian Gluebooking nights or whatever, I think. Just when the weather gets a little cooler. I know I haven't been doing them, but the magazine awaits, and lots of the pictures await, and I get a lot of people that like. Well, I love the era and stuff. I get a lot of people like that. I think if reincarnation is real, the Victorian era was crowded AF. Because there seems to be a lot of folks would say that they lived in that era at some point. Yes, indeed. Now, I am a firm believer in reincarnation, but, everybody has their own path that they're following, whatever that is. All the way from atheists to agnostics to believers. Hey, to fanatics, Everybody's walking their own path. Whatever gets you to the light, eh? Oh my goodness. I'm going to be really sad if I can't get a hold of any more calendars. I'm like I'm not actually joking. I'm going to be really sad if I can't get a hold of any more, because I absolutely am loving it. Ooh, now would that have gone better behind there? No, I like it the size it is. So we're going to place this in this corner. Let's take this off of here. Oh, I don't want it to be Sunday. I want it to be Friday again. And there really isn't a reason for me to want that, because I work from home. All my work is done from my home, which I absolutely love, and am eternally, daily grateful for the opportunity to do, you know. Absolutely grateful. I can work in my jammies, and frequently do, actually. Especially in the winter when you wear the really soft, cuddly ones, and you just sort of hunker down in your chair and get your work done. Love it. Love, love, love it. Okay. So let's get this placed because I want it here. All right. Yeah, so I'm really kind of looking forward to working in that big book that I just showed you. I'm actually quite excited about it. I've never worked with that kind of paper consistently. I have worked in all kinds of magazines, but that's a particularly, I mean, that woman didn't spare any expense for her magazine, like Oprah. Oprah didn't, not that I'm a fan, please, but Oprah didn't spare any expense putting out her magazine either. Those kinds of magazines are worth grabbing if you see them at the secondhand store, and trust me, they frequently are there. People don't seem to hang on to those unless there's a particular story that they're, you know, or inspiration or something. But those are worth grabbing for a few bucks each for sure, because you can usually pillage lots out of it, including lots of text, and you can use the magazine, because magazines like Oprah and I don't even know if Martha Stewart still does hers, but those kinds of magazines were printed beautifully and bound beautifully. I mean, they actually have, so this has sewing binding, that other book I showed you, sewing binding. So, like, it's worth the few shekels you have to pay to get those books, you know, into your craft room. Absolutely worth it. Okay, where am I going with this? I have no idea what the text is going to say today either. So maybe we should take a look at that and see what's here. Let's pull out a bunch and see what we get. Yeah. Oh, that has to go away for the Christmas file. Yeah, Rand goes back in here. Fit to eat. Oh, wait a minute. What did that say? Now everyone can get to heaven. Oh, I kind of like that. It's for Godiva chocolate, so it isn't like anything sullen or, you know. So I have top rated, and now everyone can get to heaven. Oh, I do like this, though. I gotta say. I do like the Godiva one. Godiva. Okay. I think we need to pull out the paper cutter for this one, because it's got a nice flat edge I can work with. Yeah, I need to turn it around and work on this side, because the flat edge is up here. Alright, so yeah, so as far as I'm concerned, there should be, unless you, like I said, you have to keep a certain type of sketchbook or sketching schedule or collaging schedule or crafting schedule. If that's the case, fine, then keep to the schedule. But otherwise, don't let anything, steer you away from the fact that you are in control of what books you use. And if you don't feel like finishing a book, You don't have to finish a book. You can tuck it away. I often will use, you know, I'll tear out the second half and use them, you know, for other kinds of paper needs, and or I will take them out and remake them into smaller sort of jotting journals where I can just, you know, post stuff in them and there's no worry about it. Nobody's gonna see them, kind of scrap paper. I sometimes combine them if they are the same size and make them into one larger journal if I like their type of paper. But oftentimes I'll like the cover and not the paper. Like, I really don't like lined paper. Grid, yes. Lined, no. And blank, of course, you know, sketchbook kind of blank. But, you know, if you don't like it, you know, that's like forcing yourself to wear a pair of socks that just irritate the crap out of you, you know? Just don't. Quality of life, people. Quality of life. Don't let things irritate you like that when they can be fixed so easily by doing something else. You know what I mean? Now, does the castle go up here, do you think? Maybe. I don't know about putting a church on something where I'm saying everybody can go to heaven. I'm not sure that's right. I'm not sure that's actually a cool thing to do. So I'll think about that for a minute. I'll contemplate that for a second. Alright, let's see about this. Oh, I like the cottage. The church is very imposing. Castle, church, whatever. Okay, now if I set them right here. Oh, I kind of like that. Alright, let's get a smooth tear on this, because you know me. And if you don't, you'll know in a few videos. Alright, I think we need to glue this down. Pretty sure that's where I want it. Yeehaw. Okay. Yeah, so I'm going to make sure that any of the Victoriana collages that I do, I will label them clearly so that if you don't like that kind of stuff, you'll know which vids to avoid, seriously. Because I understand that. There's lots of vids sometimes you have to slog through to see what it is you would, you know, like to focus on or see. Do I do that on top? No. This on top. Okay, so we're going to lay that down right there. Right there. Yep. Right there. Alright, so we've got that. So let's get this all figured out, because I want something over in this corner. Ooh. Oh, I think I would like that. Yeah, I do like that. Where are my scissors? Where did my scissors go? Oh, for heaven's sakes. I'm losing my mind. That's what happens when you get old, folks. My friend, another Canadian, turned 88 very recently. And it's marvelous. Like, she lives, you know, she lives by herself. Her daughter lives nearby. Has her own garden, still drives. Like, it's, I want to be like that when I'm 88. You know what I mean? I want that kind of independence. I don't want to have to worry about, you know, anybody wanting to take my independence from me. Damn it, why did I, sorry, why did I lay this down like this? Dang it! Alright, we'll do that then. Yep. Okay. Yes. Oh, I like that. Okay. All right. We'll do that. That's fine. Ooh, I'll even show all the window box. Oh, look at that. Wow, how cool is that? All right. So, little dab right here. Little dab will do you. I just aged myself. Yay. Gosh, I forget what that was. I think it was a shaving cream commercial. A little dab will do you. I don't remember. Don't remember. Can't remember. All right, how far up do we come? Yeah. Yahoo. Was it shaving cream? I'll have to Google that after. I'm sure I can get an answer just from Googling that phrase. I'm positive. Okay. So, let me get this laid down. This over this, yes. Okay, let's get this laid down. So, and I fell asleep. It was my second tattoo in my lifetime. The first time was 14 years ago with that under the pink and blue part. And I fell asleep then, and I actually drooled on myself. And this time I fell asleep again, but didn't drool. Thank God. I'm too old for that. Yeah, so I'm apparently envied by my daughters who love tats, and envied by people who, I guess it's pretty painful for some folks. Maybe I've only had ones done on my wrist, so maybe it's very painful in other places. I've heard places where it's closer to the bone. My ex had some down his spine, and he said that was brutal. So I can maybe see where it would be really hurtful down your spine. But I did notice a difference between this one, the sensation, like how much I could actually feel with this one, because I was a whole lot fatter on my last one. I was more than 100 pounds heavier than I am now. And so there was a difference feeling some parts where there wasn't a whole lot of padding, you know. Oh, I'm liking this, folks. I think I need to do a bit of a trim, though. A bit of a trim. Let's see. We'll move these. Oh, and I love doing this animal picture. It was so much fun. And they're all so cute. I love animals. Love them. Sometimes more than humans, I'll be honest. Sometimes they just take you for who you are, and they don't question it. And, you know, you don't feel like, as long as you meet their basic needs of love, food, and shelter, you know, they don't ask much, that's for sure. Well, my little dog is pretty good about not asking for too much. He lies here beside me most of the day while I work. Bean, named after Mr. Bean. And I don't know why, other than his eyes. He's got the Maltese sort of googly eyes. You know, the ones you buy at Michael's for craft projects, those. And he's a sweetheart. And now he's got a hangy-outy tongue because he's 14 years old and lost all his teeth a few years ago. Because that's what happens with little tiny pups sometimes. They lose all their teeth. So he just hangs out and eats all the wonderful soft food I make him. Yeah, that's my baby. Alright, so we need to look at some space making here. Oh, I love that jar. Look at that. Yes, I'm going to plop that right down in the middle of this. I love the jar. For some reason, I think it's gorgeous. I don't care about the lid. It's off to the side. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Yep. yeah, if anybody's interested, there's a link to the Facebook page I put up just for crafts and collage, so we can post artwork you like, or post your artwork and stuff like that. Yeah, so there's like nobody there right now, but if you guys are interested in making use of it, I'm posting various art pieces, like art news pieces, things like that I'm coming across. So if you want to see, and some of the interesting stuff that I come across, but it's only just starting. If you're started and if you're interested, by all means, go check it out. And I'm gonna start doing more. I don't particularly like Instagram. It's I don't know, I think it's a really much younger audience. I find TikTok is a better, more responsive audience for passive stuff, you know, that isn't a dance down the street, or you know what I'm saying. I know it seems like it's worse on TikTok, but I haven't found that to be the case. So anyway, I have Linktree, and you'll find all my... Oh, I'm liking this, guys. I really like this. I do that every time to you, don't I? I say that kind of thing every time. Can I get a picture of the basket without the dang hat? No, I can't. That irritates me. Irritates me. Oh, that's obviously turkey or something, but oh, I had the most delicious salad for lunch today. There's a salad kit you can get at our local big grocery store, made by one of the larger producers, you know, produce companies and stuff. And it's a ginger and sesame salad mix. And it even comes with, you know, noodles and stuff to put in there as the crouton and stuff. Oh, wait a second. Okay. And I put it with some, I fried up some tofu strips, and did them in a honey garlic so that they were sort of crispy at the edges. And oh my God, I ate that with my salad, and it was like so delicious. Okay, so what about some writing pictures? They're a bit big, but I can pare them down. Those are recipes. That would be kind of a good one for this page here. Alright, I need to get that even. Otherwise, you know, drive me crazy. Right? Alright, so recipes. Recipes. So have any of you got any plans for the fall? I know that when I asked the question on one of the, probably more than one, because, you know, I forget like that, about what your favorite season was, I remember a lot of people saying autumn or fall. And for those that said summer, I hope you're having an amazing summer. I really do. I hope you're not absolutely burnt out from the heat and that you've had lovely time outdoors. However you spend your summertime, I hope you've had a really good one. Now, my favorite season is up and coming. So I just wondered if any of you had any plans for the fall. What do you do? Do you have like a big Thanksgiving? I know Canada's Thanksgiving is in early October. America's Thanksgiving is in late November. So that makes a difference as far as, you know, what we do. Oh, there's some baskets. Those are kind of cool too, actually. Those two baskets. Let's see if we can't find something a little more fun, though. Yeah, something smaller and more fun. That's kind of nice. I'd also be interested to hear how you guys sort the tiny pictures. I mean, you've seen my sorting, you know, the way I sort my larger pictures and my big pictures, like in those file folders and stuff. But the little ones just seem to keep gathering and collecting in this one place. So I've just sort of accepted it and moved on. Ooh, I like that. Okay. Found it. Yep, found it. Okay. Oh, my daughter's dog is going nuts. Anytime she moves like the broom or vacuum or baby gate or anything, the dog just goes bananas. And it sounds like the hounds of hell. Not a normal kind of growl, like truly the hounds of hell. Okay, so it covers the cup of tea, but I'm okay with that, actually. I'm okay with covering the tea. Let's leave the trees uncovered. All right, there we go. Wow, I like this one. Can you hear the dog? She sounds like Cerberus guarding the gates of Hades. My daughter hates it when I say that because they have a place in the basement. But I'll tell you what, her bark is nice if someone comes to the back door who's not really being expected. You know what I mean? Alright, so now we have to place some lettering. Oh, I like that there. I like that there too. But that looks too much like heaven, like after death heaven. This to me looks like vacation heaven. So I think maybe we will stick with right there. I think that's a wise choice. I don't want to bring any kind of, you know, negative connotation to this. I love the pictures that ended up being in it. Love them. And I hope that you guys, if you want to, you know, join in and do a magazine that where you leave some of the pictures and stuff, join me. It looks like it's going to be fun. I've never really done one like that before, so I'm interested in giving it a try, sort of a semi-book. Why do I feel like I need something here? Okay. I don't want to add something if it's not suitable. I just don't. I really, really don't. Is there something on here that I need to add, maybe? There's a sunset. No, maybe I need to leave it for now. I'll think on it and I'll let you know if I change it in the future. Otherwise, thank you for being patient. Sorry I'm late this weekend. Here's an up-close look at our almost finished calendar glue book. There we go. Whoops. Can't get it under there. There we go. All right. Have a great week ahead, friends. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, all that other stuff that helps me to stay in the feed on YouTube. Take care.